well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here, and I am back for some more Hearthstone arena action. My trip to Chicago went really, really well. My girlfriend met my parents, and everyone had a great time, and I'm really excited to be back and playing some Hearthstone. I actually had a run earlier today. It was pretty frustrating. I went 5 wins as a rogue. Had a pretty good deck, I thought, but just, lost 3 tough games, and that's how it goes sometimes. Here I don't want to play Rogue again, because I just had a bad experience with it, so let's go ahead and pick up a Mage. My daily quests are for Priest, Shaman, and Warlock, which we don't have here at all. So we'll just pick up a Mage here. Mages are pretty strong. Let's see if I can do well with it. I've been having some trouble doing well with Mages for some reason. I seem to end up drafting lots of spells and then having a really slow deck, so maybe the key is to draft a little bit less spells, even if it means passing on some good stuff. We'll see if I can learn from it here and do well. Now, I don't really want to have secrets. I don't want to play a 3/3 for 4 mana. Alara Bot is kind of kooky, but kind of dumb, so we'll grab the Wild Pyromancer here as a 3/2 for 2. Ice Barrier's got to be one of the worst cards in the game. I think the only card that's the worst is like Eye for an Eye. This is fine, though. 3/2 for 2 is great, and the ability can be really important. Okay. Oh, well, these are all quality cards. This is so good. Stormwind Champion is important to have. It's hard to get good late game. A lot of neutral creatures for the late game aren't that great, but man, Shattered Sun Cleric is just so nice. I'm going to take it. Hopefully we'll pick up some late game stuff later. I don't want to miss the chance for Shattered Sun Cleric. Well, here we have one of the best 6-drops versus one of the best 2-drops. Gosh, in another life I would have taken the Amani Berserker here, but I've already got a couple, and I want to make sure I don't miss my chance to have a late game, especially as a mage, so we'll take the Boulder Fist Ogre there, although it does hurt to pass up an Amani Berserker. Alright, Polymorph, I think is a card it's good to have at least one of, so let's just grab it right there. Cone of Cold or Argent Squire. I do like Argent Squire, especially as a mage, because you can drop it, and then, with your hero ability deal 2 damage to something. Cone of Cold, though, I just love freezing things, it's so strong. Let's take the Cone of Cold. I think it's a really, really good spell. I want to make sure I have at least one of them in my deck. Here, I really wish, there was like an Amani Berserker here, or a Stormwind Champion. These are all sort of mediocre cards. Let's go ahead and grab this for a little bit of health gain. I find it's nice to have some source of health in your deck in case you're getting raced down and want a chance to catch up. Alright, Frost Nova's solid. I do like to have at least one of them in my deck, but let's not pass my second chance of an Argent Squire. I do want to have one of those in my deck as well. Oh god, this deck is bad. This is all terrible. Well, I guess we're taking the Arcane Intellect. Normally I would never play with it, but, oh my god, I hate these lame epics. Jesus. Iceblog is just terrible. If you're taking fatal damage, 1 turn's not going to save you. This guy, we've seen it happen so much that, someone just plays him and then loses promptly. Fuck. This is so bad, because if it were one of the other giants, this is actually what happened in my Rogue draft as well. I had the War Leader, terrible other epic, and then Molten Giant, and I really wish it was one of the other giants so I could actually play him in my deck, but I can't. So I'm going to take the Murloc War Leader. Yes, he's just awful, but these cards are basically unplayable in my book. Alright, Flame Strike. It's an easy pick. Alright, let's take a Cult Master here. We do have a sort of low curve so far with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, Argent Squire, Wild Pyromancer, and the War Leader, so a Cult Master would be nice to have for some card draw. Alright, War Golem was an endgame card, but it's a bad one. God, I wish this were a Stormwind Champion. Too many good cards all clumped up. Let's take the Acolyte of Pain for some card draw. Alright, well, the Polymorph seems fine. Water Elemental. Really good card. It has the same total stats as a Chillwind Yeti, but also it has an ability. Lord of the Arena is a taunter and an endgame card, but in my opinion, a bad one, so we're going to pass it in here. Alright, here we're going to take the Bluegill Warrior. It is a Murloc, so it goes well with our Murloc War Leader. And it has Charge, so it's kind of like a 2 damage spell in the worst case. I'd rather have that over the card draw, but if I didn't have the Murloc War Leader, I probably would be taking the Engineer right here. Alright, Jesus, what is up with these bad rare cards? Nothing's good here. We'll take a 2/2 for 2. It's just sad. Gurubashi Berserker, we need some endgame. Mana Worm is kind of neat, and Mirror Image is kind of neat, but this is nice. It survives weapon attacks, it survives flame strikes. So we're going to go ahead and pick it up here. Speaking of Flame Strike, 2 is definitely fine to have in a deck. Here we go. Pine-Sized Summoner. Man, I really wish I had taken that Boulder Fist Ogre over the... Oh, I did take the Boulder Fist Ogre over the Amani Berserker. Yes! Ha! Now, I do like having a Frost Nova, but it's also nice to have a Kobold Geomancer in your deck. Granted, I don't actually have that much spell damage. I mean, Flame Strike, 9 mana is when I can first do Kobold Geomancer plus Flame Strike. But Kobold Geomancer plus Cone of Cold is pretty good, 5 mana. This spell damage thing is nice to drop right at the same time as you play a spell. Yeah, we'll take that. Frost Nova is neat, but let's take a creature. Alright, Dark Iron Dwarf is fantastic. My curve is coming out kind of low. Alright, here we'll take an Amani Berserker, I suppose, but I really would like some more endgame. Oh, jeez. This is bad. Do I take a third polymorph? I think it's getting to be a bit too many polymorphs. Let's just take a really good Harvest Golem. It's nice because it survives Fiery War Axes. Do I take another polymorph? Okay, well, we don't have any other sources of removal that much. I mean, we have 2 Flame Strikes. Okay, we have removal. We have 2 Flame Strikes, but there's no Frostbolt here. Just 1 Cone of Cold. No Fireball. So we'll take another polymorph here. Ironbeak Owl for some silence is fine. Okay, well, we need late game. This guy is pretty big. We gotta take him. Another polymorph? Jesus Christ. This was the draft of the polymorphs. No, I think we'll take an out against weapons here. And see what we get as our last card. Alright, well, It Master's great with Cult Cleric, or with the Cult Master. Abomination can actually be pretty good, especially because it's sort of at the top end of my curve. It could use to slow down my opponents. Let's go over this, though. I like the look of that. Well, so what happened here? I regret not picking up a Stormwind Champion when I had the chance. I forget what I took over him. Yeah, it was one of my early picks. I could have taken like a late game card or an early game card. I took early game, and then the draft flooded me with a lot of more early game stuff. So this deck is definitely lacking for end game creature. It's that Boulder Fist Ogre and the Archmage, and it's pretty much it. So could have some trouble winning games, sealing the deal, because I don't have enough fat and I have too much low stuff. On the other hand, I might, given good draws, be able to play really aggressively, have like really guaranteed early drops. And if my opponents miss a beat, this deck will punish them severely. We're up against Supreme the Priest. Alright, this seems like actually a perfectly fine hand. Got the Wild Pyromancer. I can buff him up and then play some card draw. Alright. Let's do this thing. Cool thing about buffing the Wild Pyromancer, if I can live to see that, is it has 4 power. 4 power is the magical amount of power. The Priest's Shadow Word removal spells do not hit 4 damage creatures. They can hit 3 or less, and they can hit 5 or more, but they cannot hit 4. So having your creatures at 4 is good. Dark Iron Dwarf, very good draw here. I got all the buffs. Oh, that's right. I took Shattered Sun Cleric over Stormwind Champion. All in all, I'd say I regret that now, because it means I have less late game. Well, a little bit of my late game has arrived. Haven't drawn any of my spells. Hopefully by the time I need them, I will draw them. Right now, I can probably get by with the Shattered Sun Cleric and the Dark Iron Dwarf, so I should be okay. Let's see if he's got the removal right now, or not. This guy's power is not going to be relevant for a long time since I have no spells in my hand. Alright, no removal just yet. This is unfortunate, though, because... Oh, he's got a coin. What is he doing? Holy Bolt? Holy Smite, right. Alright, this is actually a really unfortunate drop, because... Oh, shit. This is so terrible. It just trades with anything I play, and this is a waste. Even if my guy was alive, it would have been a waste. I could play the Pint-Sized Summoner and try to goad him into trading into it. Or I could play... You know what? I'm just going to do this. No, that's bad, too, because then he draws into it. I draw a card, but this guy survives. The turn after that, I could hero ability. No, because he can use his hero ability to heal it. Yeah, there's just nothing good going on here. Okay, that was terrible. Yeah, I really wish my creature was alive. Then I could have traded in, played the Pint-Sized Summoner or the Acolyte. Would have been a totally different story. Ah, crap. Well, I think I'm just going to do this. It spends my mana. It goads him into making a trade. Next turn, conditions pending. I might be able to play the Acolyte or the Pint-Sized Summoner. It just kind of depends. We'll see. But yeah, overall, this was not a good start. His coin play was a pretty strong follow-up. He's attacking past me, either because he has removal for this or because he thinks I'm going to make the trade. Alright, he thinks I'm going to make the trade. Well, sorry to disappoint you, buddy. I am not going to make the trade. Let's go ahead and drop a Pint-Sized Summoner. This will maybe goad him into trading that, because he knows this is potentially a very strong creature. In fact, it is. If this lives, next turn I can play Boulder Fist Ogre. We're going to attack past with the hero ability, because the 1 damage on this makes no difference, and he's probably going to heal it anyway. So what are you going to do, buddy? You going to trade 2-drop for 2-drop? Or are you going to live on the wild edge and let me keep my Pint-Sized Summoner around? This on turn 5 is pretty good stuff. Divine Spirit. Aha! Well, all things considered, that's not the best use of that spell. So he kills my Pint-Sized Summoner and gets to keep his creature. And he now also heals his creature. Fair enough. Well, this is definitely not the best start, but actually this is pretty cool. Well, is it? Yeah, it really is. I'm just going to make this into a sheep. Got 2 more where that came from. Pass the turn. Keep my creature on the board. So now next turn I can drop this guy down and start some beats. We're still a few turns away from the priest's #1 card to watch out for, which is Mind Control. Chillwind Yeti. I see. Well, let's do a quick change of plans here. I could polymorph that. I don't want to play a Boulder Fist Ogre and just have him kill my guy. So what I'm going to do is play Dark Iron Dwarf, give this a big old bufferoo, trade in for the Chillwind Yeti, and use my hero ability. So we're hanging steady, which is a little bit unfortunate because my deck does not really want to hang steady. My deck wants to beat down. But my opponent had enough early stuff to stop me from dealing too much damage to him with my early card. Alright, well I still have a couple of back-to-back 6-drops, which is good. He's spending a third of his mana to heal, which is encouraging. Because it means he doesn't have anything super great. And wow, he really missed a beat there. Holy crap. Well, let's swing. We're still a couple turns away from Mind Control. So I'll just put that down. It's fine. See if he's got anything. If he's got anything big, I can polymorph it. If he Mind Controls my guy, I can polymorph it. Shadow Word Death. Ah! If I'd played this guy, he would have survived. But I think that was a top deck, so I'm okay with how things went down right there. Okay, well I could polymorph this, but I think an even stronger plan is just to do this. Pop the Divine Shield. And I'll let him attack into me. He is going to be hard-pressed to buff this health enough to survive against a hit against my creatures. And priests don't really buff attack. Now, he could have a Shattered Sun Cleric or Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm willing to take that chance in exchange for putting more damage on his face. Alright, we actually have a pretty good follow-up plan. This guy, for 4-mana creature, is pretty good. Neither of my creatures are attempting Mind Control targets, and Shadow Word X kills neither of them either. So my opponent is going to be a little bit hard-pressed here. He has the Dark Iron Dwarf! Ah, fuck. Alright, well, that's life. What are you going to do? You're going to lose your 4/4? That's what you're going to do. Inner Fire? What? Oh, I see. Big Game Hunter. That's pretty good play. If he had used Shadow Word Death, but that would have been card disadvantage. But since he's using this, I say he came out ahead there because he put a creature on the board. Alright, well, let's go ahead and kill that off. I don't know why he didn't trade against my creature. Do you want to polymorph here? I don't think so. Let's actually trade this so that this and this both hold up against his guy. Alright, well, I have an answer to one thing he could play. Polymorph. I have 2 Flame Strikes coming up here, so I might be able to sneak out some card advantage. Oh my lord, he just has endless removal. Core Hound. Okay, that's getting polymorphed. He's racing me, which is an interesting choice. Flame Strike. Do you want to use Flame Strike or polymorph? I think I want to use Flame Strike. It does kill them both. With, of course, my hero ability. Then I'm not putting a creature on the board. Okay. So, if I Flame Strike hero ability, I'm left with 2 mana, can't play either one of my creatures, but I'm left with a 3/2 on the board. If I polymorph hero ability, trade, I can also kill both of these creatures and basically replace this with a card in my hand. But why do that when I can just keep both cards in my hand, maintain that card advantage? Let's Flame Strike, finish off, attack. By the way, that was a textbook study on why Core Hound is a bad card. If that had been even a War Golem, which is also bad, it would have survived Flame Strike. I wouldn't have been able to do that shenanigan. I would have had to use my polymorph. Now, right now is a good chance for me to be in, because he has a bunch of cards. Either they're all little and I don't care about them, or they're big, and in that case he can only play one of them, and I can polymorph it and kill it. I still have 1 polymorph left, and I still have a Flame Strike left. So I'm doing okay as far as removal goes. Alright, that's not too scary. That is even less scary. Alright, he's got some tough stuff here. Alright, well, Arcane Intellect. Let's always draw first. Harvest Golem's pretty solid. Swamp Ooze. Actually, that's not super great, but at least I drew them out of my deck. Let's kill this. Some card advantage. This survives against his Crocolisk, so that's worth playing. This... I think I want to start doing this to start building up my Imp collection. This dies to Holy Nova, but at the same time, this has already done its job. This survives, this survives. I think I'll actually put this down for the extra... no, let's actually keep that back. Let's keep it back. Still some damage. Pass turn. I don't really want to give him more stuff to kill with Holy Nova. Let's make him think about it and sweat it out. So I've got, again, a Polymorph, which will answer one big card. However, given that last turn with 10 mana he didn't play anything except for a bunch of Chumper Nuggets, if he were to play anything big, it would be a top deck. So my opponent kind of ran out of steam before I did. Holy Nova. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to hit my own guy with my hero ability to draw a card. That would have been smart. Anyway, it looks like I'm still getting 2 cards out of him, so that's okay. Alright. Alright, that was a pretty good answer. Luckily I kept my thing back, so I have an extra card in my hand. Compared to what it could have been. Ooh, Darkscale Healer is pretty good right here. Yeah, we're just going to do this. Heal up. Draw another card. Cult Master. That'll be good in the future turns. Let's do this. And let's actually play the Harvest Golem. It doesn't hit quite as hard as this thing, but it also comes back. So it's a nice card advantage with my Cult Master. And I still have that Polymorph in case he top decks a big thing. If he doesn't top deck anything big, it's just card advantage just winning me the game here. Because I have just so many more cards. If we take turns playing one thing after another and slowly grinding it out, I will eventually win. Alright, he apparently drew something really bad. There's really no reason for me to play anything at this point. I'm just gonna keep on swinging. Pass turn. In case he has a mind control attack, I'll keep my creature count below 4. Basically, I'm just telling him, do something, buddy. Otherwise, I'll just be content to kill you. Priests are not super good at this situation. Holy Nova doesn't really work at all. And if he plays anything, I can answer it. Ah, Soul Priest. Well, it's interesting. It stops him from healing, which could be good. Argent Squire. Let's be a little bit greedy. Let's draw some cards. So that'll draw me 2 cards. One from his own ability. One from the Cult Master. Mana Wraith, okay. Let's put the Harvest Golem into the Meat Grinder. Brutal Warrior. Alright, I think it's time for the combo. Let's actually just finish this off. That's fine. I'm okay with him healing. Woo! It had to be done. And yeah, let's play this. It survives a Holy Nova. We're fine. Holy Nova would be pretty good. It would kill off most of my stuff. But this guy would survive, and I still have a bunch of stuff in my hand. Alright, Fen Creeper. That is fine for silencing or for polymorphing. Either way. I do have 4, 6, 10, 14, 17. Yeah, I have enough damage to kill him, so a silence does the job. And we'll swing for the kill. Well played, Supreme the Priest. That was a good game. He just ran out of steam a little bit more quickly than I did. And that was all she wrote. Good start to this arena. Let's play one more game because that was a bit of a longish one, so we'll just do one game here before we end the video. And the rest of the games will be posted in another video, as always, if you are enjoying how the arena is going and want to see how it ends. Alright, that was a good start. My aggressive deck worked out in that particular game, even though I couldn't actually pull off an aggressive start. Looks like I have just the right amount of removal there. And my biggest regret was taking a Shattered Sun Cleric over a Stormwind Champion. Stormwind Champion, in that game I would have just mulliganed it, and then I wouldn't have that stupid Shattered Sun Cleric, which got totally wasted sitting around. Shattered Sun Cleric is really good with Argent Squire, though. You can buff it, make it a 2/2 with Divine Shield, and then that really gives you a lot of flexibility, especially with the Mage's hero ability for killing stuff. Let's imagine that your opponent has a 2/2 with Divine Shield on the board, and they're a mage. If you play anything that has 3 health, they can pop their Divine Shield, leave a 2/2 on the board, and finish you off with the hero ability. It makes it so hard to play creatures. So that's nice potential to have. Dark Iron Dwarf has a similar effect on the Argent Squire. Okay, this seems to be frozen. It actually is definitely frozen. My cancel button's not working. Let's go ahead and, oh god. Do I need to quit out of Hearthstone? Okay, well, we'll end the video right here, folks. So, if you enjoyed those games, please like and or subscribe to the video and or subscribe to my channel. We'll come back next time after we fix this Hearthstone bug and see games 2 through X. Oh, well, can I start playing? Alright, it looks like we're gonna get an opponent. Alright, well anyway, all that stuff is still true. If you like the video, please still like and or subscribe. But let's go ahead and throw another game in here, so this video is not super short. Warlocks, Assis, or Assis, or Assis, if he's French. Got crushed by Warlock in my last arena run, so I have some healthy respect for him. Whoo, boy. It's a bit early for the Cult Master, and for the Kobold Geomancer, honestly. You don't really want to play this early on. You want to play it later when you have a spell. So let's give the Pine-Sized Summoner. Let's actually get some things to Pine-Sized Summon. Oh boy, well, this isn't that great. Let's go ahead and see if we can top deck my Argent Squire. Alright, well, this is the 2-drop territory. Now, if the Pine-Sized Summoner lives, then on turn 3, what it means is I can actually play 2 more 2-drops. A bit scary against Warlocks, because they do have Hellfire. That's 4 mana, deal 3 damage to all characters. You have to really respect that. That would just kill 3 of my creatures, basically. It would be a little bit of a disaster. I don't know if it's a common or not. It might be a rare. We'll see. This might not even survive. He's probably going to Demon Fire it or something, so whatever. We'll let it go. He does have the coin, so he can actually Hellfire on turn 3. That is really something that you have to respect. I might just satisfy myself with playing one of these creatures, say the Imani Berserker, and using hero ability. I'm almost like hoping that my opponent actually kills the Pine-Sized Summoner, so that I don't have to make that difficult decision. Coin? Alright, there goes the coin. So it means he at least doesn't have it for the next turn. Ah, Monkey. Okay. Well, if he's going to play Monkey... Ooh, Mana Wraith, that's interesting. If he's going to play Monkey... This guy'd be good to drop, because I could turn my Enrage on against it. Let's actually play Mana Wraith here. My opponent doesn't have the coin, so he'll have to wait at least another turn to Hellfire. I don't want to run in, I don't think. Oh, if I run in... If I run now, he can run in and kill me, so I'm going to actually hold my Pine-Sized Summoner back. Yeah. So if I ran in, my guy would become a 2-1, his would be a 1-2, he could then trade. Now this way, the best card he could have right here is probably Mortal Coil. So he could run in, deal 1 damage, and then Mortal Coil, draw a card. He drew a card with the hero ability. Does he have the Mortal Coil? That's the question. He does not. Alright. Well, I'm going to respect Hellfire here. And the way that I will do so is as follows. Wait, why doesn't my Pine-Sized Summoners... Whoa! Hang on, my Pine-Sized Summoner's not... the graphics not showing. Hang on, I'm going to actually... I'm going to take a screenshot here. Because I want to submit this as a bug. My creature's mana cost should all be lowered. Oh, no! No, I'm being dumb. I'm being super dumb. The reason my creatures are normal cost is because I have this Mana Wraith in play. Haha! Okay, anyway. So, the way that I'm going to respect Hellfire is as follows. I'm going to kill the thing like this. I'm going to play Shattered Sun Cleric and buff my Imani Berserker so that if he does play Hellfire, it's still a real blowout. It's still killing like 3 of my creatures, but it would be his whole mana for the turn, and this guy survives now. He'd drop down and be a 6-1, and I'd hit him, got him down to 17 health. So basically, if he has the Hellfire, it's still really good, but I kind of mitigate how bad it is. Alright, Cult Master is interesting. This just dies to Hellfire. I don't really want to play it. Everything dies to Hellfire. It's really sad, actually. But, I mean, if he had Hellfire, wouldn't he have played it right there? What is he waiting for? I mean, he could be waiting for Jungle Panther, attack, and then Hellfire. Aha. So, yeah. Cult Master doesn't work because the Hellfire would kill it, so none of the things would work. This has stealth, so I can't trade anything in and get a card. This is actually a really good play for him. What I have to do at this turn, unfortunately, is just swing with everything. And out of respect for Hellfire, just do nothing with my 5 mana. This is the problem with drafting decks like this. You end up having a lot of Trumper Nuggets, and you can't play them, because otherwise, if you do, you're just running into global removal. Now what I want my opponent to do is like play a Fen Creeper. That would be ideal. Then I could play a Cult Master, drop like 3 creatures into it, and no, Cult Master, that's cute. And draw a bunch of cards. Looks like my opponent is not going to humor me here. He has all of his mana left after half wrathing my board. This is really not that scary. You just kill it with my hero ability. Seems fine. Although I might actually Cult Master. Oh, yeah, that's right. Everything's more expensive for my poor opponent. There we go. This is perfect. I'll leave this guy around. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play the Boulder Fist Ogre. And we're just going to ignore that thing. He can trade for whatever he wants to trade. He can either choose to stop giving me discounts by killing my Pine Size, or he can choose to stop making his own creatures more expensive by killing my Mana Wraith. I don't know how good the Mana Wraith is. I mean, this might have just, like, won me the game. Like, it's been making all of his creatures more expensive. It, like, might have, like, slowed him down so much that he just loses now. But he's in kind of big trouble, unless he can drop a Taunter or something. Looks like he wanted cheaper creatures. Ah, Lord of the Arena. Fair play, sir, fair play. Okay. So now my stuff is cheaper. Let's actually play her so that this is cheap and draw some cards. If I could draw a Polymorph, that'd be great. No Polymorph for this young lad. Alright, well, how do I handle this? Unfortunately, there's no great way to do it. I could finish off my Pint-Sized Summoner. We'll kill it. This is a bit unfortunate, because now Hellfire just kills everything. However, he's at the point where Hellfire nearly kills him. So I'm okay with this turn event, so we'll just hold on to my cards and put him to the test. You know, what are you doing about this board and your 5 health? He's got 6 cards, can't really use his life ability anymore unless he's totally desperate. Let's see what he's got. Dread Infernal, that's pretty good. That does finish off 2 of my characters, and he's got Mortal Glow. Well, that's just about perfect. If my Cult Master had been in play, I should have put it down. Cult Master would have been really good to have there because it would have survived the Dread Infernal, and he would have had to kill it. Ah, yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, the plan now is the following. Let's go ahead and hit him. What we're going to do is we're going to just play a couple of mediocre creatures. That's the turn. So basically, with what he currently has, he can kill one but not the other, so he needs to, again, have an answer or he loses. Cult Master's really bad here because it's just getting really, really hard for me to keep creatures on the board. Thing is, he's dead in 3 turns, so unless he gets a Drain Life or Siphon Soul, he's going to be in trouble. Ah, fuck! He has a Drain Life. That's annoying. Okay. Well, if he plays any more stuff, it will actually become profitable to use Flame Strike. Oh, crap. This still survives Spell Power Flame Strike. Fortunately, that's there. I can't play this and Flame Strike. I gotta play this and Flame Strike? That would take this guy down to 1 health. Yeah, we'll do that. That seems okay. Could just drop everything and try to overrun him, but I think this seems fine. Alright, so we'll see what he wants to do. If he doesn't have any removal in his hand, or any taunts, he's going to have to take this guy and trade him in for my 3-2. Keep in mind, this guy does have a drawback. It's harder for him to play minions now. So that might screw him up. Windfury Harpy. That's actually a terrible card, but it's good in this situation. Luckily for me, I have Polymorph to stop that. Ah, he's going to not trade. I think trading was the correct move, just because this guy's dead anyway to my hero ability. Alright, what we're going to do here, though, is drop this creature. Do I want to play this or not? I do not actually want to play that. We're just going to do... Oh, no! If I play Cone of Cold, this guy will die. Ha ha ha. Let's actually attack first. Let's actually just get him down to within 1 health of dying. That seems fine. So we're going to Cone of Cold freeze that Harpy. My guy now does kill himself, unfortunately. But he's again facing death in a myriad ways. My hero ability will finish him up, so he has to have Drain Life or Siphon Soul or something to stay alive. Or just a generic neutral life gainer card, we'll see. He's got card advantage against me, 6 cards to my 3, but I have done a lot of damage to him. Alright, well, he's going to go out in style. That is the best way to go out. You should always kill yourself, folks, if you can. Good game, Mr. C, the Frenchman, I will assume. That was it for this run, so once again, if you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe. If you're enjoying how the arena is going, then stay tuned. The rest of the games will be coming up shortly.